We're now getting some latest updates as far as the encounter that was going on near Amritsar is concerned. Now we're getting to know that both the shooters have been killed by the police in that encounter. The two shooters were Jagroop Roopa and Manpreet Singh Mannu Kussa. Let me go across to Ghazali, who's getting us those details. Ghazali, is the police confirming now that both the shooters are dead? And are they looking at any further people who could be involved in this? Is the encounter over?
See, the DGP Gaurav Yadav has just arrived at the spot a short while ago, and sources have confirmed that both the gangsters, Manpreet Singh Mannu and Jagroop Roopa, they both have been killed in the operation. The firing is still going on, but as the DGP has arrived there, so perhaps he will brief whether the operation is over or the encounter is still going on, because media has been asked to stay away and they were stopped around a kilometer from the entrance of the village. So we have just observed that the DGP of Punjab police has arrived. Both the gangsters have been killed, but no fresh updates, no further updates whether many more people are there, whether police will try to get inside the house or the hideout and pull them out or something like that. But no information as of now on fresh updates from the encounter side.
You are saying that at the moment firing is still going on. Does it suggest that the police suspect that there could be others involved who could be in that vicinity as well?
Yeah, certainly, because the police had, before entering the village, the moment they entered the village, they had warned everyone, the villagers, to step inside and not to come out while the operation will be on. Then they had asked gangsters to surrender as well. First, through Gurdwara, the villagers were informed to step inside, to stay inside, and then announcement for surrender was also made, an appeal was made to the gangsters. But what we are being told that once the police made the announcement in response, the gangsters started firing at the cops who were making those announcements. So 3 cops are injured. They are admitted in a private hospital in Amritsar. One camera person of a TV news channel was also injured. He also received the bullet splinters on his leg. So three cops, 1 journalist and 2 gangsters, 2 most wanted shooters in the case of Sidhu Moose Wala have been killed.
Also, Ghazali, can you help us understand the reason why so many cops have been involved in this encounter of these 2 shooters? What was the exact role that they played in Sidhu Moose Wala's killing?
Their role was that these 2 shooters were hired by Lawrence Bishnoi to eliminate Sidhu Moose Wala. These 2 were traveling in 1 car and perhaps were leading 1 module. Like 2 modules were involved in killing of Sidhu Moose Wala. So these 2 people were leading 1 module in 1 car, and they were the first ones to fire at Sidhu Moose Wala on 29th of May when he was killed. And after that, since Lawrence Bishnoi and his Canada-based aide and gangster Goldie Brar had sort of conspired and planned the entire killing, they had hired shooters from different states. They had even planned their exits. But police could only get to know on June 21st, like last month, that these 2 shooters, Manpreet Singh and Jagroop Roopa, they hadn't left Punjab, but they are just moving or changing their locations within the state after they received CCTV footage where both these shooters were found traveling on a stolen bike on June 21st. After which, police also arrested other shooters. Through their intense interrogation, the police finally managed to sort of locate them near the border districts of Punjab in Amritsar and Tarn. And today, right near Atari border, in one of the villages, their location was confirmed when police went for the encounter.
You also mentioned, Ghazali, a short while back that the police also suspect that they could have been there to meet somebody else, and especially because this is a border area bordering Pakistan, that suspicion has been heightened. Any further clarification or explanation that the police is giving on that account?
No, not yet. And the presence of DGP and other senior officials at the spot, and the operation is still not being announced as over, indicates that there could be more because Amritsar or the border district like Gurdaspur, Amritsar and Tarn have reported multiple cases of drones dropping illegal weapons and arms and ammunition in those villages situated near the international border. So why these 2 gangsters who were on the run were there in Amritsar village just close to the border? certainly raises suspicions, but we will await the official information or briefing from the DGP. It is expected that since he has arrived, maybe the operation is over and he will officially announce it, that how many people have been killed, arrested, or who all were hiding in that particular location.
Ghazali, also help us understand, were these separate groups that were operating and Lawrence Bishnoi was in touch with separate groups for the killing of Sidhu Moose Wala, or do they belong to the Lawrence Bishnoi gangster group?
No, the shooters involved in this killing belong to different groups, but they were all on one side because it was actually an outcome of an inter-gang rivalry. So all these shooters did belong to different groups, but one camp, that is Lawrence Bishnoi camp. So shooters from different locations, from different gangs were hired, and professionally in such killings, shooters are always hired from different locations, and then their exit routes, their safe hideouts are planned. And even in this case, Lawrence Bishnoi was behind Tihar jail all this while, but his aide in Canada, Goldie Brar, and some of his foot soldiers on the ground, they did the recce, they provide logistics, and more than 20 people have been arrested and were rounded up in the first month of the investigation. And most of those people who were arrested by the Punjab police were those who have provided logistical support to the killers. And for a very long time, the Punjab police was groping in the dark for the identity and the location of the shooters who were involved in the killing, and after which the Delhi police started making the arrest of first shooter, and later, till now, they have it is the Delhi police who has arrested the shooters and not the Punjab police. But now, two shooters who have been killed today, since we are also awaiting the official confirmation, so these are two shooters who were involved in the attack and have now been killed.